Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament 14 of Year 2 of Omega. We hit another power of 2 as we're at Tournament 64 overall. As we kick off another tournament of Omega Go Beyond. My name is Caleb Coldcloud, and I will be your host for this evening. And since my co-host Benny is unequal to attend for understandable reasons, my co-host tonight is Shadow Knight 64.
What in time for the 64 tournament to have me on, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's your number. Let's go. But last week, by the way, we almost had a final. Again. Phil Folsom almost maintained his perfect clear record on Stage 7. He was 2 segments away from doing so. He was bested on the penultimate segment of the buffed 9 Circles of Hell. It was buffed since he beat it the first time. And I guess he found out the hard way that it was actually buffed. But in the meantime, as for your other superlatives, your women's champion is Katie Bone. Your last chatter standing is Kane Casillas. And your best rookie was Eric Mukamatsin. You'll be seeing them at number 91 because she was in the top 10. Number 80, let me get the numbers right. And number 51, respectively. As for your other superlatives, Tyler Smith still remains the juggernaut. The most obstacles cleared at 298 in the back half. Tyler Smith still the boss slayer as well. 7 boss clears. Aaron Majaikamo is the money mogul at $7,110 earned. Gavin Obi is your melon lord at 12 melons. And Caviar Collector is a 4-way tie between Erdos, Majaikamo, K-Rod, and Kajihara. Your podium is as follows. Gavin Obi at 105,255. Yusuke Morimoto at 114,475. But Tyler Smith gains even more mileage. He is now at 143,280 points, mainly because of all the shit he got last tournament, including $2,500 for clearing Magirna and getting that good of a time on Bioclock. But in the meantime, we're going to kick things off with Stage 1, which is going to commence right now. And let me actually disappear this time. There we go. Stage 1 is Cloud Top Crucible. Haha, got you there. It is a speed stage consisting of 14 obstacles divided into 4 sections, with a time limit of 145 seconds for the dudes and 155 seconds for the ladies. Kicking things off is Stratus, consisting of 6 obstacles with no rest points: Barrel Swing, Wagon Wheels, Ring of Fire, Big Airboard, and Putter Flutter. Sorry, 5 obstacles.
And then we got for the you pronounce that. I'm useless.
Second segment is Cumulus, consisting of Slingshot, Wing Swing, Giza Giza Hill, and Pipe Drop. And I apologize in advance for any mispronunciations or visual errors in my series with the podcast. Gotta say that time for trouble. Cirrus, kicking off the back half, consists of Airwalk, Epic Domino Hill, or EDH as I like to call it, and Missile Bomb. Finally, Atmos.
For Atmos,
sorry,
we got Astral Glider, Air Raid, and every competitor has to complete this in 145 seconds.
Unless you're
the
a
top
woman,
75 will advance to Stage 2.
Unless you're a woman, you gotta clear it in 155 seconds. 25 will be eliminated. Should you clear this in the allotted time, you will face the first boss in the newly added to Ninja Machine, Tornadus. It is a buff version of the Cloud Ladder, consisting of 16 sets of rungs, including 3 force hops, a long lachet, 3 Superman moves, and a long dismount. But in this case, I tested it, and I figured, you know what, it wasn't tough enough. So I added another Deja Vu segment on top of that. You're welcome. So in the meantime, if you somehow clear this, you'll receive an automatic qualification to the back half of the course, a spot in the top 30, a lot of points, as well as the safety pass, which allows you to retry a stage if you fail it, only usable in stages 5 and 6. So we kick off this roster with 18 chatters, 12 women, and 10 rookies. We're going to kick things off right now with our first heat of 3. Naoyuki Araki, member of the Morimoto Sadai, in my opinion, has the best BGMs out of all of them. Brett Sims, the inventor, And the star of Yamagata, also member of the Morimoto Sentai, Tatsuya Tada, 2-time Sasuke finalist. Wow! Great runs from all three. Sims getting the best results over the Morimoto Sentai members, getting all the way to EDH while everyone else failed Airwalk. That was great. First of the climbers, Keisetsu Onishi, Chatter, Amamiya, and Omega finalist, Flyboy Isaiah Thomas. Okay. Onishi failed Wing Swing. Everybody else failed Astro Glider. Hold on.
Ooh.
Mimiya going toe-to-toe with Isaiah Thomas in terms of, not in terms of speed, but in terms of progress. That's really good for a Chatter. That's a really good sign. Next heat. Yuta Nakashima, the youngest member of the Black Tigers. Kunoichi champion Ayano Oshima. And first of the rookies, first of the climbers, Christian Rappa. Okay, Nakashima fails Giza Giza Hill. Rappa fails Airwalk. Oshima fails Air Raid by 0.7 seconds.
Ooh, that's tough.
Oh, wow.
That's nasty.
Oshima almost getting the first clear of the tournament. That is crazy. And oh, here we go. He's actually here for this. Competing on behalf of Radium and Coffee. Technically a rookie, but technically not, because he's competing on Radium's behalf. From Bikini Bottom, Bob Leponge finally makes his debut in Omega. It took 64 tournaments to finally go back to find that. Former women's champion Kara McCarthy and Luke Beckstrand. Come on, Bob. Oh, hello! Bob getting to Giza Giza Hill, but everybody else getting the Air Raid.
Ooh.
Kara and Luke, dang. Come on, how close were they? McCarthy was on the first track. Luke failed on the second. He would have had the time, too. That is an oofer. Omega finalist, Ninja Warrior France champion Matthias Noirel. Rookie, climber, Sukyusi. I probably butchered that pronunciation. I apologize. And Matthew Doan, another Chatter. Oh, and it's just Noirel. Matt Doan fails the first obstacle. Sui fails Big Air Board. And Noirel fails on Airwalk. Bit of a rough heat, but at least Noirel got a good run in. Might be definitely good enough to move on, I imagine. Oh, this is a stacked heat.
Oh, no.
Omega finalist, or Omega semifinalist, I think. Ninja Israel's youngest champion, Shneor Samayach. Jun Sato, the president of the JPA. And former last man standing, getting to the back half of stage 7, Evan White. Ooh, Samayach fails Airwalk. So does Evan White fails Air Raid. But Sato clears. Sato doing Sato things. Good shit, Sato.
Is that the first clear?
I think that is. Sato getting the
All
first clear
right.
of the night. Okay. You have another Propa DJ situation here. Another rookie, climber, in Alberto Garcia Rodriguez de Sepulveda, Chatter Giovanni Lopez, and the loose cannon, A&W finalist, RJ Roman.
Yeah, we should put out.
Last cannon.
Oh, wow.
Lopez fails Wagon Wheels. AGRDS
Alberto.
fails Wing Swing. And Roman fails Air Raid. He had the time too. Dang.
Still seems like he's the winner, though.
Yeah, by
I think that's even the same time that Luke Beckstrand failed with.
Hold on. Where is he?
5.87.
5 point... Wait, was it?
Oh, wait,
5.17.
okay.
Close, though. RJ Roman getting the best result by a significant margin, more than a factor of 2. Ninja Warrior Germany's inaugural champion, Moritz Hans, member of the Shinserai, Masashi Hyoki, and rookie climber, Zihu Lee. Zihu Lee fails Big Air Board. I got scared for a second because I thought that was Moritz Hans, who fails Giza Giza Hill, actually. And Hyoki getting the best result, getting the Airwalk. Wow. Masashi Hyoki. Bit of a surprise there. That's actually pretty good. Almost an all-female heat. Almost an all-chatter heat. Chatter. Co-producer of Ultima Kunoichi, Kate McChesney. Former women's champion about a dozen times on Omega, Isabella Folsom, member of the Barnburners. And Chatter Kai Diol. They're returning to Omega. Diol fails pipe drop. Folsom fails airwalk. McChesney fails at the same spot, but Folsom easily getting the best result. Great runs from all three, though. Good on the Chatters for going toe-to-toe with one of the Barnburners. Graham Ogden, Yannick Flo, who is a climber, and Chatter, haven't seen this dude in a minute in the main roster, Jordan Cowart. Okay, hold on! Cowart fails wing swing, still decent for a Chatter. Ogden fails airwalk, getting to Cirrus. And Flo fails airwalk, but Ogden getting the best result. Pretty good.
This next heat looks pretty stacked.
Oh, yeah, this is a stacked heat. Luke Dillon, former Omega semifinalist. Daniel Gill, A&W champion. And almost Omega finalist, the weatherman Joe Moravsky. The latter of which fails EDH. Daniel Gill fails airwalk, and Luke Dillon getting the best result on Missile Bomber. What a run from all three of them. Great
I think
heat.
that's a bit surprising.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah. That's a straight. That's a great heat, though, regardless. Martin Bergon, rookie climber. Chatter, John Lucas Schmidt. And Flashland Ashland Herbert. Wow. Butchered that pronunciation. Ooh, Bergon fails airwalk. So does Schmidt. But Ashland Herbert doing the Aussies proud, getting all the way to the Astroglider. Again, good runs from all three. And again, look at that. Schmidt going toe-to-toe with Bergon, by the way. I mean, it's a Chatter and a climber, but still, that is really impressive. Good on them. Alexander Svetkovsky, A&W, multi-time A&W finalist, Nox Garemore, and Oren Pried. Okay, Pried fails airwalk. Svetkovsky fails astroglider. Nox Garemore actually failed a Giza Giza Hill. Interesting outcome. With the A&W finalists getting the worst results of the three, but still decent. Again, good runs from all three. I'm liking this consistency, by the way, guys. This is a good sign. Kevin Brecky, one of the greatest obstacle designers in Ninja at the moment. The first woman to be the boss, Carrington Andrews. And the first man to beat VL Burst, the Sailor Man, Ryosuke Miyaoka. Sasuke finalist, still trying to get his first best results of the era. Brecky fails slingshot. Andrews fails airwalk. And Miyaoka, with loads of time, fails on air raid.
But I think that he's moving on.
Definitely moving on regardless. But,
Yep.
wow.
Was the winner of the round.
By a significant margin. Aaron Majaikamo, your current money mogul. Zento Murasta, who was a climber. And Chatter Callum Price. And Callum Price actually got past the first three obstacles. Good job. Oh, wait, no, he got past the second. Okay, well, he missed Ring of Fire, and he failed on Big Airborne. Good on him, though, for being three obstacles. Rasta fails Pipe Drop, and Majaikamo clears Air Raid with several seconds to spare.
217.67.
Ah, damn it. Former women's champion of Omega. Your current NSC women's champion, Nora Brown-John. Member of the Morimoto Sadai and almost Sasuke 40 finalist, Keiichiro Yamamoto. And Omega finalist, Hans Hertz. This is a stacked heat, all things considered. Nora Brown-John fails
Hans
on
is the
wing
winner.
Keiichiro fails airwalk. Hans Hertz fails on missile bomber, but again, decent runs at the very least for all three.
None of them clear, though.
I mean, they got close. Shun Yushuan Wang, who is a climber and a rookie. Chatter, Evan Mail. And kicking off the second half of this roster, your best rookie from last week, Eric Mukamitsin.
Let's go, Eric!
Eric getting the best results as Evan Mail fails on Ring of Fire after 3 consecutive misses. Wang fails Slingshot, and Eric getting all the way to EDH. Mukamitsin, talk about making a name for yourself. Damn! That is impressive. Daniel Gerber, Jonathan Godbout, and another rookie climber in Lucas Trandafil. Okay, the latter of which fails Putter Flutter. I don't think... Seldom have we seen a fail on Putter Flutter, actually. As Gerber fails Airwalk, and Godbout fails on Air Raid by a few seconds. But Putter Flutter... How many times have we seen a fail on Putter Flutter?
For this tournament, I think that might be the first one.
Well, for this tournament, for sure. I don't know. I don't remember seeing a fail of that this year, actually.
I mean, I'm not usually here, so I have no idea.
I'll have to look back at that. Chatter, Bo Lewis, former semifinalist Loic Fortier, repping Canada, and Kevin Carbone. Carbone failing Ring of Fire, Lewis fails Big Air Board, Loic Fortier getting all the way to Astroglider.
So Bubble Punch just did better than Bo Lewis and Kevin Carbone.
Damn. Max Gunna, rookie climber and a woman, Catherine McDougall. And Chatter, former joint Chatters champion, Aventan Chong Kwong, who fails the first obstacle.
Aventan fails first thing!
Max Gunna fails Big Air Board! And Catherine McDougall getting the best results, but Max Gunna is out of it that quickly.
Alvin Tan is out as well.
Alvin Tan Chung Kwong is out in the first obstacle. Rough night for Singapore, but
what a jobber he.
Max Gunna is out on 1.4. I was wondering when this was going to start happening.
This heat is just full of disappointment.
This heat is rough. But this heat, though, I mean, it doesn't get much more stacked than this, honestly.
Yeah. 2 champions.
And a barn
also...
One of the best U.S. competitors in today's age.
Absolutely. Former last man standing in Omega, Sam Folsom, multi-time last man standing. And the 2 most recent Sasuke champions, and the only men to have done it twice. The salesman Yuji Urushihara, and the prince Yusuke Morimoto. Currently second on the leaderboard. Sam is out on barrel swing! No, that's Yuji! Yuji's out on barrel swing!
Sam's out on slingshot!
Sam is out on slingshot! But Yusuke clears!
It's only...
Whoa.
What the hell just happened? Sam, Yuji, they might both be out of it for all we know.
They all failed within the first like
45 seconds. What did we just witness? Holy damn. Anyway, here's Yiling Song, who is a rookie and a climber and a woman. Chatter, commentator of WNL, Billy Dixon. I almost mispronounced his name. Got mixed up with Max Suskin. Oh my god, what a heat!
What the?
Wait, how did we get this heat? How did this heat do well, but this one didn't? Isn't that ass backwards? Yiling Song fails Airwalk.
That's even more surprising.
Billy Dixon beat Yuji and Sam Folsom.
Billy Dixon gets all the way to EDH, and Max gets to Astroglide. Holy damn. And another stacked heat. Ole Yannick, Joel Matley, who is champion of Ninja Warriors... Switzerland?
Austria.
Austria, thank you.
Not Switzerland.
Yeah, he is from Switzerland. That's probably why. And Sasuke finalist, the Black Tiger's ace, Yoshiyuki Yamamoto.
Is he really the
Ah,
ace?
Yannick fails big airborne.
And
Yoshi
there.
fails airwalk. And Motley fails airwalk. But Ole Yannick is also out on 1.4.
We're starting to get a lot of fails in the first section of the fourth.
I don't know. I mentioned it earlier. It might be another instance of the commentator's curse, because I did say earlier that, you know what, I said I love the consistency, guys. This is great. And then we lose Sam and Yuji in the same heat. Well, potentially Yuji, but definitely Sam. Oh, wait, it's the other way around.
Oh, definitely Yuji.
Definitely
but potentially
Yuji. Likely Sam as well, though. There's only 75 or 25 eliminations. Hosts of Muso, Philip Scott. Last of the rookies, Vincent Maurice. And former, if I recall correctly, former semifinalist of Omega, James Sanella. Who just failed Big Airboard. What is happening?
Oh my God.
Now we're getting consistency in all the wrong ways. Fuck, I did jinx it. Maurice fails EDH and... No, Phil Scott fails EDH and Maurice fails Air Raid. But James Sanella, if I recall correctly, is in the top 25.
Damn.
That's wild.
That is crazy. What a turbulent stage 1. We're not even to the boss yet. Former LMS of Omega, Yuri Proktin. And if I recall correctly, he is a Super Ninja... finalist?
Two-time winner.
Two-time winner. Okay. I need to get my comparator notes out. Speaking of shit... Oh my... Wait, this is actually a stacked heat, actually.
Oh.
Two-time winner of Super Ninja, Yuri Proktin. Winner of Ninja Warrior France, or champion of Ninja Warrior France, and multi-time, no, not multi-time, former Omega
Two-time
finalist.
content.
Two-time champion, yeah. Former Omega finalist Clément Gravier, and former Chatters champion Jack Andrews, hailing from the UK. Andrews fails Slingshot. Proktin fails Air Raid. He had so much time left, he would have beat the Klaxon, and Clément clears. Fury, what a choke. He would have gotten a faster time than Gravier, actually. Oh, by significant more. Yeah, 4 seconds.
Yeah, so does the
He
one.
did get 0 points at 1 week during NML this season, so there is that.
That is oof. By the way, I believe we're going into the postseason of WNL. NML, actually. I keep getting the names of them confused.
Yeah.
Mr. Burnout, Jared Boyd. Max Feinberg, former Omega finalist, and making his big return to Omega, Proto Sasuke champion, the last of which, the Papal Ninja, Sean Bryan. Wow, what a heat! Feinberg and Boyd fills Air Raid.
Yeah.
And Boyd in particular he timed out, but of all people, Sean Bryan clears. Wow.
Damn.
Technically, the only American besides Kane to attempt Sasuke's final stage, if you count the Sasuke World Cup. We got destroyed by Yusuke, but it still counts.
Speaking of a Kane.
Yeah.
It's great.
In the next heat, we got Kane Casillas going up against Kai Beckstrand and Tom Alberti.
AW Season 17 Speed winner, your Chatter's champion, and Tom Alberti. Former semifinalist.
Former top 25.
Oh my days!
Ninja Bushido. Oh!
Kane getting the best result of the 3.
Hell no.
Air Raid. He times out on it. Alberti fails Astroglider, and Kai fails Missile Bomber. What a run from all 3 of them, though. But Kane Casillas getting the best results is crazy.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you want to qualify as a chatter for Omega, you just got to do a few things. Firstly, join the Ninja Masters Discord server, link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them, but just yeah, it's fun.
It's hosted there.
Yeah, it helps. Next, you gotta be in the Ninja Machine database as a chatter. So just people who are in the server. And then you gotta qualify through both stages of our mid-segment Chatters Challenge. Out of the currently 46 chatters in the casual roster, 15, along with the Chatters Champion, will make it to the main roster of Omega. So, that's how you can do that. But King Casillas getting the best result is crazy. Abby Clark, Texas Ninja, Vance Walker, former Omega finalist and two-time A&W champion. And another Omega finalist in Jake McClintock.
Wait, you said
Okay,
Eugene and
McClintock feels
Mordosa-
bigger aboard.
Oh,
Yo,
well,
what's just better than Jake McClintock?
And Abby Clark getting the best result out of the three. Clark gets the EDH, Walker fails Airwalk, but McClintock is out like so many others on 1.4. What is the difficulty of this obstacle? I'm looking it up right now. As I start this BGM back up again. Yeah, thank God I pulled this BGM up because I had a feeling that we were going to need to play it, and damn it, I was right. Big Airboard is a 6. Oh, it's based on a skills challenge. Okay, that probably explains it. But still, damn, it's taking so many hits. Cody Benaway. Multi-time Omega finalist Enzo De Ferrari Wilson. And an A&W finalist, WNL champion, and Omega's first champion, post-nerf, Jay Lewis.
Post-nerf.
And everybody clears!
That's-
A
is that the
perfect
first-
heat!
Oh my
Is that the first for
god.
First for tonight, at least. We've had one of those before this year. We've had a few of them, but definitely the first for tonight.
All right, let's go.
Now we got a rematch between the other 3 champions of Omega. A&W champion, Caleb Bergstrom. NSC champion, Jackson Erdos. And also NSC champion, Caden Lebsack. The other 3 champions of Omega. One of which just failed bigger board. That's Lebsack. He's out. Lebsack is out as well.
Oh my god.
And everybody else cleared. Bergstrom got himself a double. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Disregard.
Never mind. Also,
that was track 1. It was supposed to be track 2. But Lebsack, like so many, is out on 1.4.
Bob Punch doing better
4
than
heats left.
Jake. Like,
Jake
Oh,
McClintock
yeah.
and King Lebsack.
Is it like 3
Oh my
heats left?
god.
We now move on to the top 10 from last week. Your women's champion, Katie Bone. Former finalist Asa Reynolds. And WNL champion, Noah Munier.
Who, despite being the
Who
number
just fell
1
bigger
competitor
board?
in Ninja Machine.
That's Katie Bone!
Oh my god.
We're gonna have a new women's champion! Meanwhile,
Wow.
Reynolds fails on EDH. Munier clears, and he almost got himself a straight. Katie Bone. We're having one of these every heat. Like half these heats. What is happening?
I just like to say, Noah Munier, for as of right now, as of the recent stat drop, whatever, Noah Munier is still considered the number 1 competitor in Ninja Machine, and he has never won Omega.
Yeah, he's
He has
still
overcome.
never been an Omega champion. Neither is Yusuke. He's been at number 2 or number 4 this whole time. Hayate Kajihara, former, I think, 1/3 of Kajiko Takaji.
Sasuke Speed Star.
Yep. Australian Ninja Warriors, former last man standing, Zach Stoles. And former semifinalist of Omega, Philip Gutta. Who's gonna fail bigger board?
Miss?
Nobody.
Okay, Zach fails Airwalk.
Kajihara
And
fails
Gother.
Giza Giza Hill. And Gutta fails Airwalk as well. Oh my days, this heat!
Oh!
Wow!
Ooh!
Holy fuck. Number 2 ninja in Ninja Machine will maybe not as of the stat drop. Gavin Obi, 5th place in WNL recently. And your NSC and Premier Series champion, the technician, Tyler Smith. I don't have a nickname for Gavin Obi yet, actually. Smith fails air raid. He had so much time left. Obi clears.
Oh.
Oy.
But here's something to keep in mind. Smith, he's only missing 1 boss for a full clear. And that is
Which
Suicune.
boss is that? Oh.
So he might have a shot. That might be the move, actually, but Gavin Obi clears meanwhile. Gavin Obi's only missing Deoxys and Magirna for a full clear. And now your top 2 from last week. K-Rod Kevin Rodriguez and former Omega finalist and NSC champion Phil Folsom. And both of them clear. And we'll do it
Of
for
course.
the main stage. There's Barn Boys doing Barn Boy things, and then there's K-Rod. But in the meantime,
Why are there 2 Tornaduses?
because I buffed it,
Oh, okay.
because there were too many clears when I tested it earlier. Tornadus. Should you clear this, you're going to receive the safety pass. The number of Superman moves has been doubled. There are now 6 Superman moves. Zun Sato kicking things off. We're going to try to get the pace here with this. Zun Sato has no boss clears. And in his 5th appearance, he would love to get that first boss clear against the newly added to Ninja Machine, Tornadus. He saves on move 5. We're getting our first taste of Thunderous. He veils on move 11. Which, okay, that's... Oh yeah, probably because of the forced hop. Aaron Majai coming with there. Meanwhile, he sits in 10th on the leaderboard. He has 9 appearances as of tonight. He has 1 boss clear against Deoxys. He would love to get a 2nd against Tornadus. I have a sip of water. Oh! Invested on
That will not happen.
Tornadus. Are those the Superman moves, by the way?
No idea.
Nope, no clue.
I think they have a separate section, though.
Okay.
I think it would say.
Well, the second one says it's just the Deja Vu segment, so Yusuke Morimoto, he's 2nd on the leaderboard. He maintains his perfect attendance record with 14 appearances as of tonight. 6 boss clears. He would love to tie the record, but he will not have a shot at a full clear if he does so. Against Tornadus, at least. But he saves once and fails move 5.
Ooh.
Clement Cravier sits in 23rd. This is his 10th appearance of the year, and this would be his first boss clear if he clears Tornadus right now. Saves once. Forced hops. Okay, here we go. Here we go. He's got the best results. Oh, the next move down. Great run, though, from Clement Gravier from the Tragic Hero, though. Sean Bryan, by the way. He sits in 32nd on the leaderboard. This is his 7th appearance. This would be his first boss clear. If he manages to beat Tornadus, he will not even get close.
Nope, not even a little bit.
Cody Benaway sits in 290. Actually, he sits in a joint last with 1 appearance and no boss clears. This would be an amazing first frame. Question is, can he? He's getting far, though. He's getting real. No, the last forced hop. Going so well.
Oh.
Enzo De Ferrari Wilson sits in 50th on the leaderboard. This is his 7th appearance, and this would be his first boss clear. He saves on the first move! That is never a good sign. We may not get a clear after all. Oh, but Enzo is at least getting close. I think these are the 4 Superman moves. Oh, close.
Nope.
Yeah, I think those are the Superman moves. I think. I'm not sure. Jay Lewis sits in 12th on the leaderboard. This is his 9th appearance, and this will be his 4th clear against the forces of nature alone. But he will not even get close.
That is
Bruh.
very bad.
Caleb Bergstrom, 2nd champion of Omega. He sits in 27th on the leaderboard. This is his 12th appearance. If he beats Tornado, he'd be halfway to a full clear and get his 2nd boss clear of the year. First against the forces. He will not even get close.
Nope.
This is so difficult. Jackson Erdos. Actually, when I tested this, I did some tests against top 100 and some tests against the current roster. I'm not sure. Jackson Erdos sits in 6th on the leaderboard. This is his 11th appearance. He has beaten this boss twice. Deoxys 3 times. This would be his 6th boss clear. He beats the newly added Tornadus. He saves once and fails on rung 6. Move 6.
Soon after a save, soon after the fall.
Yep. Sitting right below him on the leaderboard, funnily enough, is Noah Munier. Sitting in 7th on the leaderboard with... This is his 10th appearance. And if... Okay. Y'all. We have a shot at a full clear.
Oh my god.
Right now. If Noah Munier beats Tornadus, he will be the first full clear of 2026. Question is, can he? He's beaten Suicune. He's beaten Deoxys. He's beaten Magirna. He saves on Tornadus. If he does so, he will be the first full clear of the year. Noah Munier. No!
Oh, no.
The last of the 4 tops. He will not have a full clear tonight, but what an effort from the WNL champion.
So close.
Someone who got close to being WNL champion, funnily enough, is Gavin Obi. He's beaten this boss 4 times. He has 5 boss clears, 4 of which are on the forces. And another record. It'd be another record for him if he gets his 5th against Tornadus right now. Especially on this version. Which I think might be impossible because of the added section at the end. No! The last of the 4 hops again! It's so difficult. Kevin Rodriguez. We got 2 runs left. He sits in 11th on the leaderboard. This is his 11th appearance. This will be his 4th boss clear and his 3rd against the forces. No! No clears yet. Oh my gosh. Phil Folsom capping things off for stage 1. This is his 13th appearance. He sits in 4th on the leaderboard. He has 2 boss clears. This will be his 3rd overall of the year and his 2nd against the forces. Will he have a clear tonight? He saves once! That is not a good sign. 4 stops. Now for the Superman moves. Whoa! Yes!
Oh, yeah!
Wait, those were the Superman moves at the end, actually. Oh, okay, okay. So the 11 to 13, the 13 to 15. Those are the Superman moves, I think.
No, I think that's how it works. It's quoting Monkey Bars. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that'll do it for stage 1. Phil Folsom being the sole clearer, which means number 76 is going to move on as we move on to our clear overview. For tonight's stage 1 clear review, stage 1's killer, despite what this says, is actually airwalk by a margin of 10. It had 23. It got 23 athletes. Phil Folsom is the only clear of the newly buffed, newly added Tornadus. Lucky Melons go to Tatsuya Tada, Caleb Bergstrom, Keitaro Yamamoto, Kate McChesney, and Kane Casillas. 2 chatters, and 2 members of the Morimoto Sedai getting melons. It's great. Clutch Melon goes to Kevin Rodriguez on the Missile Bomber, which actually puts him in the lead for Caviar totals. He's now at 4. No, that's Clutch Melon. I'm stupid. Never mind. What am I talking about? He got the Clutch Melon, not the Spare Caviar. I'm stupid. Kevin Rodriguez got the Clutch Melon on the Missile Bomber. The Spare Caviar goes to Yuta Nakashima, and he's held by 0.001. And Max Feinberg gets the Wonderful Melon on Putterfly. As for the people we lost a lot of big names. The Salesman is your DFL, which is crazy. We are now down to 10 chatters, those being Amamiya, Bob LePonge, or Radium and Coffee by extension, Kate McChesney, Kai Diol, Jean-Lucas Schmidt, Kevin Brecky, Billy Dixon, Philip Scott, Sean Bryan, and Kane Casillas. As for the women, we're down to 9. We only lost Sui, Wong, and Katie Bell. So we will have a new women's champion. As for the rookies, we're down to 6. We only lost the aforementioned Sui, Jihu Lee, Chunyu Xuan Wang, and Lucas Trandafield. And because we got a boss clear, number 76 is going to move on, so Alberto Garcia Rodriguez de Sepulveda is going to stage 2. Thank the barn burner for that. But in the meantime, speaking of stage 2, we're going to kick that off in a few moments. Stage 2 is the technically slightly nerfed Sub-Zero Sprint. It is a Kinjiro... It is a parkour-themed stage with a Kinjiro gimmick consisting of 8 obstacles and a time limit of 90 seconds for the dudes and 95 for the ladies. The obstacles remain unchanged. Despicaballs, Hostile Toby, Spider Walk, Lunatic Ledges. Then after a quick stop at the supply area, if need be, take on the back half, Crescent Roll, Panic Bridge, Pinwheel, and Tungsten Cube. Should anyone clear this with 30 or more balls, the number of balls required to face the boss is reduced. Speaking of which, Suicune. It has now been added to the game, which is great. A matchup of Sonic Curve, Walk the Plank, Shatter Pain, Trapdoor, The Hinge, Dino Domain, and Dino Wall. And it even has a quick, short segment from the Black Diamond Project. To my knowledge, the most difficult indoor climbing route in the world. It's a very short segment, though, so nothing too crazy. But in the meantime, we're going to kick off stage 2 with Alberto Garcia Rodriguez de Sepulveda. No more heats, it's just every man or woman for themselves. Kevin. Adios. Nora Brown John. Clears with absolutely nothing. Can I do the... Yes. Ooh, by a few spots, Bob LePonge. Damn it!
Bob LePonge defeated by the Despicables.
And by extension, unfortunately, you were defeated by Despicables, Radium. That is an UFO. Nakashima. Got his first Caviar in stage 1 earlier, and he clears with 20 balls! Not enough to face Suicune, but pretty damn close. Hayate Kajihara, meanwhile. 35 balls! That would have been enough regardless. We got a Suicune attempt. We got an attempt on the new Suicune. Naxagaramore. Well then, Stewart takes out the 2-time AEW finalist. Let me get the BGM. There it is. Well then. Naxagaramore is out of it on Stewart on 2.1. Oh my days. It keeps happening. I mean, with the roster... stretching. With the roster as stacked as this one is, you're bound to have a lot of shock fails. But this early is crazy. Moritz Hans saves once. Clears with... He got a triple! Moritz Hans just got a triple! $4,000! Moritz Hans! Holy shit, what a win! Let me check how much that adds to his total. Yeah, that puts him in second for highest earning competitors this year so far. $6,100 now. And it bumped his point total up to 40,000. What a win! Anyway, here's Zento Morashita. It's crazy though. Oh, he times out the tungsten cube. Not enough to face Suicune for Moritz Hans. Damn! 4,000 is crazy. I think the most I've seen in one run is 5,500. For that, triple on Deoxys from Magikarp. Kai Diol. Clears with 7 balls. Again, not enough to face Suicune, but there's a clear. McChesney. Never mind. Christian Rappa. Saving once. Crescent Roll does him in for now. Maybe enough? I don't know. Let's see. John Lucas Schmidt. Never mind. Kevin. Martin Bergon. Oh, by a second he times out on the rope climb. He saves on Pinwheel as well. He does everything in that run. Yannick Flo. Kevin. Oren Pried. Hasso Toby takes him out. Yiding Song. They save once. Fail on Lunatic Legends. Hyoki. Wow, he lost 52 balls. He lost actually 95 balls on Despicables. Harrington Andrews. She clears with 5 seconds. Only 4 balls, not enough to face Suicune. Daniel Gill. Saves once. And clears with just 1 ball. Graham Ogden. Sub 1 time, but 1 ball. Oof. Joe Matley. Okay. I always say, if there's any 5 words that perfectly encapsulate this stage, it was going so well. Keiichiro Yamamoto. Bob!
Oh my god.
Trouble.
Keiichiro doing Keiichiro things, I guess. He's out on 2.1. The almost Sasuke finalist is out on stage 2. Now, I imagine it's not the first time we've had to say that sentence about Keiichiro Yamamoto, considering Sasuke. I don't know if he's failed in stage 2, actually. I imagine he has. Has he? I'm not sure. Anyway, here's Isabella Folsom. 6.8 seconds! Isabella Folsom. Damn, I keep forgetting to say, here come the Folsoms. Naoyuki Araki. Saves once and fails on Crescent Roll. Gerber. Oh, he had 95 balls. He lost all of them but 1 on the Panic Bridge. That is crazy. Noirel. And he clears with absolutely nothing after Panic Bridge. And he saves on the Tungsten Cube as well. Gutta. 26. 4 balls short of facing Suicune. Great run, though. Just shy of 5 seconds left. High, tough. Samyach. 4.7. Too bad. And he saves on Pinwheel as well. Zach Stolz. He just got $1,000. That's a double. Zach Stoles, we've given away $5,400 in stage 2 alone. We got a double and a triple in the same stage. But still no boss attempts. Besides Kajihara. Vance Walker. Lunatic Ledges. Near the back half. Still decent run. And maybe good enough to move on for all we know. We'll have to see. Tada. He was perfect! Until he got to Lunatic Ledges. Literally perfect. And then he failed on Pinwheel anyway. Which sucks, but damn. Yoshi. 5.4 is not a bit. That's a really good time, actually. He is known for speed. So it is understandable. Billy Dixon. That's on Pinwheel, and he saves on Crescent Room. One chatter to another. How about Philip Scott? Bop! And there goes the host of Muso. Damn. The last era of Muso just ended a few weeks or months ago. And now his run just ended on stage 2. He was almost Chatter's champion a few weeks ago. Rough night for Mr. Muso, folks. Now move on to the inventor. Brett Sims. Kevin. What is going on? Like, actually, we're getting so many shot fails, more than usual. 2 consecutive fails on Despicables, both of which are very big names in the ninja scene, even now. And then there's Eric Mukamixi. Kevin, you have a fail streak still. Abby Clark, thank you. 21 balls! That's crazy.
21?
Wow, not enough for a boss attempt, but still pretty freaking good. Joe Moravsky, the weatherman. Clears with 10 balls, 3 seconds. Not enough to face Suicune. And again, it clears it clear. Asa Reynolds. Just 2 balls. 4.5 seconds is a very respectable time, actually. Luke Dillon. Just 3 balls. 4.3. Not too bad. We have a 50-50 clear rate so far. Hans Hertz. 44 balls! We have another boss attempt! Ah.
Oh, wait, who's it that you bought? Is it currently just Naxa and Hans right now?
No, Hayate Kajihara and Hans Hertz. Naxa Garamura failed on 2.1.
Oh, I got the and
44 balls is crazy. Kai Backstrand now. He's known for speed. Not the most delicate run, but freaking quick. Clear with absolutely nothing, though. He will not be facing Suicune. Mimia. Spider Walk. There goes another chatter. Svetskovsky. Saves once, fails on Pinwheel. Suskin. Forgot to mention somehow that 55 are going to move. Oh my god! 0.02! He timed out on the rope climb by 0.02. In the words of Bob Barker, how close can you get? Damn, I was gonna say top 55 move on, 20 will not. So we move on to Blake Fortier. 14 balls and 2.3. Not the best time, but a clear is a clear. Silva. 50-50 clear rate. Herbert. He got another double. That is $777. Okay, so we have quadruple 4, triple 9, and triple 7. Okay. Let me do some math real quick.
just save it for
Yeah, we've given away $6,200 alone in the stage. Isaiah Thomas, meanwhile. 38 balls! He's facing the boss! Tom Alberti, meanwhile. We have 3 boss attempts so far. He clears with 11 balls. Kara McCarthy. Damn Tungsten Cube after saving on Pinwheel. Kane Casillas. Pinwheel does him in. Definitely good enough to move on, though. Maurice. Saves once. Fails on Crescent Roll. Mr. Burnout. 56 balls! Definitely enough for a boss. Nearly by a factor of 2. He nearly got double when he needed to face the damn boss. Godbout, meanwhile. How do you respond to that? With 9 balls at 3.1 seconds. Osima. Saving once. She was 100th away from a triple. And another $4,000. That was close. Feinberg. Saves once. He was 300ths away from $5,500. But he clears with 4 balls and not enough to face the boss. Beckstrand. Luke Beckstrand, sorry. 2 balls. 5.4 seconds is a really good time, though. Faster than Kai, actually. Roman. Saves once. Clears with 15 balls. 5.3 seconds is still a really good time. 300ths slower than Luke Beckstrand, actually, which is really good. Evan White. Saving once. Clears with just 1 ball. 200ths away from a double. Miyoka. Saves once. You got the 369. You got the funny number.
14 balls, but he's moving on regardless.
Yeah. Croakton. 38 balls. He's facing the boss. We have 4 boss attempts on the newly added Suicune. Tyler Smith. He has a shot at a full clear, but first he's got to reach Suicune. Saves once, twice. No! Smith, like Noah Munier, is denied a full clear. But Pinwheel is definitely good enough to move on to stage 3. Kevin Rodriguez, our only hope for a full clear left, I believe, is Yusuke Morimoto, but it has to be on stage 4. K-Rod now. 59 balls! We have a 6th boss attempt.
He gets 7.
He almost just got a triple as well. Holy shit. Gavin Obi. Saves once. Oh, he was 100th away from a triple. And clears with absolutely nothing. But it clears a clear. Noah Munier. Wow. 99 balls lost on Despicables.
Is that 38 people clearing the course?
Yeah. But only
Oh my
6 of them
God.
are going to attempt the boss.
I know, but like that's still
Yeah.
38 people clearing the
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, we may need to buff this. Erdos.
Yes, the main focus is just the.
Kings Road. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's 39 people clearing the course, and about what 16 people that didn't clear.
Erdos
You want
saves
that?
on lunatic ledges and clears 15 balls.
Some.
Bergstrom.
Yes.
That ratio's not good. Oh my god.
40 clears, 1 ball, 5.7 seconds. Jay.
I mean, we could just make Turbo the first option.
36 balls. 7 attempts against the boss. Cody Benaway. 0.26. Yeah, we may need to buff this. Or at least decrease the time limit. Sean Bryan. Hasso Tobi takes out the Paper Ninja. Yusuke saves once. He got himself a double and $100. He clears with 29 balls. 1 ball short of facing the boss. That is tragic. Jun Sato. Spider Walk does him in, and that might be enough to eliminate him. Jun Sato. member of the Morimoto Sadai, is out on 2.3. Sorry, I was having water. This shit keeps on happening. It's like Taz once said, the hits just keep on coming. In this case, the hits just keep on going. Enzo. He got a triple! $4,000!
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Enzo! We've given away over $10,000 in this stage alone now. Bravo! Never mind!
Oh my god.
Two-time Ninja Warrior France champion is eliminated on stage 2. The first French finalist of Omega. Out of 2. It was him and Matthias Neurel. And one of them is out. Aaron Giacomo. Considering how many doubles and triples we've seen, maybe a chance to get himself even more money, maybe into 5-digit territory. Can he? No, he clears with 2 balls, but oh my god, 44 clears in stage 2 is kind of crazy, actually. But only 7 of them are facing Suicune. We're going to start with Hayate Kajihara. He's number 5. Alright, here we go. Kajihara sits in... Nope, he fails on Dino Domain. Sits in 25th on the leaderboard. This is his 2nd appearance. His 8th appearance of the year, sorry. This would have been his 2nd clear against Suicune and the 3rd boss clear overall. Moritz Hans. He sits in 35th on the leaderboard. This is his 7th appearance. This will be his first boss clear if he beats Suicune. Saving on Walt the Plank. And the 2.2 meter jump to the trapdoor does him in. Kai Diol sits in...
Okay, I don't think I know that.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're right. You're right. I completely forgot. Oh, Moritz Hans' run didn't count either. No. We're gonna go to Hans Hertz. 41. Okay. Disregard Moritz Hans' run. Hans Hertz.
Guess someone did mute.
Okay. He's in 16th on the leaderboard. This is his 9th appearance of the year. This would be his first boss clear. If he beats Suicune, he saves on Human Flag. The Dino Domain takes another head. Next to run is Isaiah Thomas. He's number 48. Isaiah Thomas, Flyboy, sits in 97th on the leaderboard. This is his 5th appearance of the year, and this would be his first boss clear. He will not even get close. Okay. Tom Alberti sits in 13th on the leaderboard. This is his 9th appearance. And if he beats Suicune now, he'd be halfway to a full clear. He has 1 clear against the Forces, nothing else in terms of boss clears. And that will remain the same as of the end of Stage 2. Jared Boyd, Mr. Burnout, sits in 73rd place. This is his 4th appearance. And he has 1 boss clear against Magirna, one of the only people to do so. Tonight, he could do it again against Suicune. He saves on Human Flag. He's vested on Dino Domain. Was his run? Yeah, his run was an official one. We're gonna go back to the start of this BGM here. We move on to Yuri Proktin. He's number 61. Yeah, start adding some numbers. Yuri Proktin currently sits in 43rd on the leaderboard. This is his 8th appearance. And this will be his first boss clear. If he beats Suicune right now. He saves once! The upwards dino does him in! Great run though for Broken. The best run so far. Stretching. K-Rod, Kevin Rodriguez. Oh! He sits in 11th on the leaderboard. This is his 11th appearance. If he beats Suicune or OMEGA⁵, he will be one boss away from a full clear. And he do so against Suicune. If not, he may have another chance if he gets to stage 4. Although, he just did! K-Rod has just beaten Suicune!
Oh my gosh.
He's the first to beat the newly added Suicune! He will receive the Nerf Pass going into stages 5 and 6. So we do have a boss clear against Suicune. Let me add. So Kevin Rodriguez is the first person in a while to beat Suicune anyway, but the first person to beat the newly added Suicune. Now that it's a Ninja Machine. Nabanobi's run doesn't count, so it's just Jay Lewis, number 68. To cap things off. Jay Lewis, cap off stage 2. He sits in... Where the hell is he? Where is he? Oh, he's right there. I went right past him. He sits in 12th on the leaderboard. This is his 9th appearance. This will be his 4th boss clear and his first against Suicune. And for that matter, for something that isn't the Forces. He's halfway to a full clear. He will not, and that'll do it for the canonical Suicune attempts. Now move on to our clear overview. For tonight's Stage 2 clear overview, Stage 2's killer is Despicables by a factor of 2. As for the post-simulation awards, we got 5 triples and 2 doubles. 5 doubles and 2 triples. Like, let me not mix that. Doubles from Yusuke Morimoto, Enzo De Fori Wilson, Ashlyn Herbert, Zach Stoles, and Moritz Hans. And actually, Moritz Hans got a triple. So he, along with Jun Sato, got themselves triples. So, I'm counting those. Because they were all on the main stage. Lucky Melons go to Tom Alberti, Kai Beckstrand, Isabella Folsom, Caleb Bergstrom, and Keitaro Yamamoto. The Clutch Melon goes to Noah Munier on Despicables. Spare Caviar goes to Iono Oshima on Suicune, which doesn't count. And the Wonderful Melon goes to Isabella Folsom on Suicune, which doesn't fucking count. Damn it.
Oh, you could have seen Noah get out on Despicables without that clutch.
We almost saw him eliminated. Yeah, by that much. As for the people we have lost, we lost Eric. He's DFL, unfortunately. We are down to just 4 chatters. Kai Diol, Kevin Brecky, Billy Dixon, and Kane Casillas. And you know what? Joe Moravsky is a chatter in my heart. I'm saying. And after the women, we're down to 7. Iona Oshima, Kara McCarthy, Isabella Folsom, Carrington Andrews, Nora Brown John, Catherine McDougall, and Abby Clark. So essentially, the usual suspects. As for the rookies, we're down to just 3. Martin Bergon, the aforementioned Catherine McDougall, and Vincent Maurice. And because of Kevin Rodriguez clearing on Suicune, number 56 does move on, so Masashi Hyoki, we thank Kevin for getting you into Stage 3. Speaking of which, Stage 3 is going to kick off in a few moments. Stage 3 is the newly buffed Mirror Force. It is a split decision upper body burnout stage consisting of 8 obstacles, which you must complete in one of 2 different paths. The ascending segment, or path, is plus, consisting of salmon ladder, ring climber, apex of monkey, and upwinder, then a rest point. For the usual, hang climb, hangman, ascending ice picks, and the 80-foot viper climb. Then you have minus, the descending path, consisting of salmon ladder Kudari with a normal amount of rungs, double drop, hang glider, epic air surfer with a dismount. Then a rest point before space station, padlock, cane lane from Ninja Warrior Germany, which is a level 10, an A&W, should be A&W 12's version of Slam Dunk. So, should anyone clear this, or I don't know if it's 12 or 11, I have to check. Should anyone clear this, they will face the third boss in Deoxys. A mix of helix hang and vertical limit bursts featuring a series of 10 1cm ledges on wheels. The red zone requires 5 forward reach-ups, and the blue zone requires 3 backward reach-ups. Should anyone clear this, it will move on to the back half of the course, and get an automatic spot in the top 30 with the Burnout Pass, which allows athletes to have rest points where there normally wouldn't be, usable in stages 5 and 6. 40 will move on, 15 will not, as we kick off stage 3. First, I gotta check something really quick, and we're gonna go ahead and kick that off. And we're back. Kicking stage 3 off is member of the Shinserai, mainly here by the skin of his teeth, Masashi Hioki. His selection is minus, and he fails on the dismount of Slam Dunk. Thank God I put the right version up on there. That was close. Vincent Maurice. He picks minus and fails EAS. Billy Dixon. He saves once. He gets all the way to Hangman on plus. Hold on. I'm stretching it. Cain Casillas. He goes for minus and fails EAS. I don't know if that'll be enough to move on, but we'll have to see. Svetskovsky. Hang climb on plus. Tyler Smith. He's already been denied a full clear, but how much farther can he go in the course? He goes for minus, and unsurprisingly, he clears with another double. That's another $444. Tatsuya Tada, meanwhile. Well, Andy's gonna face Deoxys. Tada goes for minus, saves once, and fails on padlock. Rasta. He goes for plus and fails apex of monkey. Bergon. Goes for plus, he saves on upwinder and fails on hangman. And from Max Suskin. Goes for plus as well. He gets even farther on hangman, the last handle. Tara McCarthy. She goes for plus. She gets to the penultimate obstacle. She saves on hangman and gets to ascending ice picks. That is really impressive. Ben away. He saves on ring climber but fails on the 4th move. Majaikumo. He failed on space station. It was on this stage that he got the highest individual earnings in one stage in Omega's history. He will not repeat that feat tonight, but likely to move on to stage 4 for all we know. We'll have to see. I mean, what's left of this roster is stacked. So, I mean, that's what it really comes down to. Jay Lewis, meanwhile. He goes for minus, saves on EAS, and clears. Gavin Obi. He goes for minus. He saves on the cane lane, but then fails on the second track. really good run, though.
Ooh.
Yuri Proktin. He goes for minus. But Padlock does him in. Mioka, meanwhile. He goes for minus and fails on EAS. But at least...
That's... I don't know.
That
Is
may
that
be good enough. That's near the back half. He saves on Hang Glider as well. But at least it wasn't when Hang Glider... What?
It's 4 obstacles in, so
Yeah.
and it is 8 obstacles, so it's not exactly.
Yeah, I said that's what I said. It's near the back half, and thankfully he
Oh.
didn't fail it while it was 4.1, to my knowledge, or 3.1. Sorry. Evan White, he goes for plus and fails Hang Climb. Loose Cannon, plus, and he clears plus. He almost just got himself a straight. A 7 high straight would have been crazy. Luke Beckstrand, meanwhile. He goes for plus and fails Hang Climb at the start of the back half. Feinberg. He goes for plus. Saves once, twice! And he fails on AIP. Great run, though, from the former Omega finalist. Oshima. She saves once on plus and fails Hang Climb in the back half. That is actually really impressive for a woman. Oh, Mr. Burnout, you think this would be his playground. He goes for minus, but he fails on Space Station. Wait, I thought this was the man who I thought this was the man who hung on to a course for 5 minutes. Why do you only hang on for 2? What the heck? Well, I mean, to be fair, there is a rest point, but still. Alberti. He goes for plus, saves on AOM, and fails Ice Picks. Flyboy. Plus, Upwinder. Near the back half, though. So again, that might be good enough, but considering we're getting a lot of really far runs, I mean, you never know with this series. Fortier. He goes for minus and clears. 345.49. Kai Beckstrand. Plus, saves on Ring Climber, but fails on the Ice Picks. Hans Hertz. Minus. Saving on EAS, but failing on Padlock is the former Omega finalist. Luke Dillon. He goes for minus. And he clears it. Weatherman. He goes for plus, and he fails on the Ice Picks. Samyach. He goes for minus and fails on Cane Lane after saving on Padlock. But don't get me wrong, that's still really impressive. Daniel Gerber. Minus. Hang Glider. Here come the Folsoms, or at least what's left of them. Isabella goes for plus, saving on the first and failing on the second move of the Ice Picks. Ninja Warrior Austria champion hailing from Switzerland, Joel Matley. He goes for plus. And oh my god, he cleared it. Wow. That is impressive. Graham Ogden. Minus. Saves on Space Station and fails on Padlock. We're getting a... Okay, so who's... In terms of who's attempting what stage, I'm noticing the numbers in that regard are a lot more balanced now, which is really cool. I love that. Daniel Gill. That, Hang Glider. I mean, I don't know if that'll be enough. Again, considering we've been seeing a lot of really, deep runs into Stage 3. Again, you never know with this series. It's crazy. Carrington Andrews. Minus. She saves on EAS and fails Padlock. Kai Diol. Minus. He saves on EAS and he gets the Padlock. Almost as far as Carrington Andrews got. And he outpaced her by a significant margin, too. Moritz Hans. Minus. He saves on EAS and fails on Space Station. Still a decent run, though. Kajihara. He saves on No, he goes for plus. He doesn't save on anything, and he failed on hang climb, of all things. Nakashima. Plus. Saves once. He's going to Deoxys. We have 7 attempts, actually, which is crazy. Nora Brown John. Minus. Epic Air Surfer. Kind of a shocker, but nothing too catastrophic. It is near the middle of the stage, so it might be good enough to move on. Zach Stoles. He fails on EAS as well. Saves on the first move and fails on the second. Let me restart this BGM real quick. Jonathan Gopout. Minus. Padlock. Saves on the first move, fails on the first wheel, fails on the second. We're getting a lot of really deep runs, which is crazy. Herbert. He goes for plus. Saves on the second and fails on the third move of the ice picks. Yoshi. Goes for plus, fails hang climb. Noirel. Going for plus as well. The second to last stab. 2 feet away from Deoxys. Clark. Going for minus. And she fails on the dismount of Slam Dunk. So unbelievably close to facing Deoxys. Great runs. But again, we're getting really deep runs, and it's happening fairly consistently in both paths. Philip Goethe, meanwhile. He goes for minus. He saves on Space Station and fails on Cane Lane. Enzo. He saves on double drop and fails on EAS. I'm not... Again, I keep saying we're getting a lot of deep runs. So I don't know if 3.4 will be good enough in this case. Noah Munier. He goes for plus. Fails hang climb. Erdos. Plus as well. He fails hang climb, but he outpaces Munier. Reynolds. He goes for plus. And he fails the ice picks. Yusuke. If he wants a shot at a full clear tonight, he's got to at least qualify for stage 4. But if he beats Deoxys, he will not have a shot at a full clear. See what he does in stage 3. He goes for minus. And he's facing Deoxys. Caleb Bergstrom. Wait, he didn't... No, okay. For some reason, I thought he got a clear. He didn't. Lost it. He goes for minus. And he fails on Cane Lane, and that'll do it for the main stage. We have 8 attempts against Deoxys. He's going to kick off with Tyler Smith. He sits in first. This is his 14th appearance. This would be his 8th boss clear, actually. And his 4th against Deoxys. Questions, will he? And absolutely will. Tyler Smith just extended his lead as the boss slayer. He now has 8 boss clears. He now moves on to the back half with the Burnout Pass. Jay Lewis, meanwhile. He sits in 12th on the leaderboard. This is his 9th appearance. This will be his 4th boss clear and his 1st against Deoxys. I saw him take on Suicune earlier tonight. He was unsuccessful. He will share the same fate against Deoxys. We got around to the halfway point, though, which is pretty impressive. RJ Roman sits in 109th. This is his 3rd appearance. And this would be his 1st boss clear. He will not even get close. You can almost hear an F-bomb in the distance. Almost. Loic Fortier. Had a great showing so far. He sits in 64th on the leaderboard. This is his 3rd appearance, and this would be his 1st boss clear. Same fate as Roman. He's slightly outpaced. Luke Dillon Sits in 41st on the leaderboard. This is his 6th appearance of the year. This would be his 2nd boss clear, and his 1st against Deoxys. His other clear is against Suicune. He may have this. No! The second to last move. So close. But again, really impressive. Joel Matley, and especially because Deoxys, well, I mean, I don't know, Deoxys, I heard Deoxys might be buffed in the future. But that's just what I heard from the grapevine. Joel Matley sits on 111th place. This is his 2nd appearance of the year. Actually, joint 110th place. This would be his 1st boss clear. 3 runs left. He fails on ledge 3. Yuta Nakashima. He sits in a joint last place. This is his 3rd appearance of the year. And obviously, this will be his 1st boss clear. But he's never attempted vertical limit, and it shows. Yusuke Morimoto. This is an interesting situation, actually, because if Yusuke clears Deoxys, not only will he have 7 boss clears and move on to the back half, but he will be denied a full clear as well, because this is not the boss he's missing. The one he's missing is Bagirna. He has 4 clears against the Forces, 1 against Suicune, 1 against Deoxys. So the question, can he do it again? He saves on the 2nd move. And folks, we will not be having a full clear. But that will do it for stage 2. He's moving on to the back half with the Burnout Pass. The sad part of it is that we will not have a full clear tonight. Yusuke Morimoto is our 4th boss clear of the night so far, as we move on to our clear overview. For tonight's stage 3 clear review, if I can talk. Wow! Hang, Climb, and Ascending Ice Picks are your ninja killer by a margin of 1 over Padlock. As for Post-Simulation Awards, Post-Simulation Awards, the only double was Tyler Smith, who gets another $444 added to his total. Lucky Melons go to Moritz Hans, Yuta Nakashima, Cody Bedaway, Kai Diol, and Abby Clark. Clutch Melon goes to Yusuke Morimoto. He beat Slam Dunk by .0002. So he was denied a full clear technically by that much. And the reason why I say that is because he beat Stage 3's boss, he's going to the back half of the course. He will not attempt Stage 4. The Spare Caviar goes to Billy Dixon on Hangman. Wonderful Melon goes to RJ Roman on Hangman. As for the people we've lost, we lost a lot of big names. As I feared, Daniel Gill, both of the Daniels, Isaiah Thomas, came to see us. We will have a new Chatters champion. Norbound John, Vincent Maurice. We lost Miyaoka. We lost Enzo. We lost Stoles. We lost Oshima. We almost lost Luke Beckstrand and Evan White, but thanks to Tyler Smith and Yusuke Morimoto, thanks to the top 2 on the leaderboard, they're moving on. Which is crazy.
Thank you, gods.
Yeah. And as for the rook, okay, so we're gonna start with the chatters. We're down to 3 chatters: Kai Diol, Kevin Brecky, and Billy Dixon. So WNL commentator is one of the top 3 performing chatters this week. And if you're wondering why I'm not mentioning Joe Moravsky, it's because he got hacked and is no longer there. But you know what? He's a chatter in my heart. He's made a lot of history regardless. As for the women, we're down to 4. Kara McCarthy, Isabella Folsom, Carrington Andrews, and Abby Clark. So, the usual suspects. Again. Yeah, what's left of this women's roster is stacked. It's crazy. And as for the rookies, turns out we're just down to 1. Because I forgot to mention that Catherine McDougall was out in stage 1. So that means Martin Bergon is your best rookie for this week.
Oh
So,
my god.
congrats to him. So with that in mind, we are down to 3 chatters, we're down to 4 women, and we're down to just 1 rookie as we move on to stage 4, which is going to be commencing in mere moments. Man, I gotta fix this lag. Stage 4 is Continuum Clock Tower. It is another speed stage consisting of, I want to say, 15 obstacles divided into 3 segments. The first of which is a more static based segment called Past, consisting of Grinder into Gearhead into Rail Track. Then replacing Pole Grasper is ANW4's Jumping Bars into Ivan Cross into the Shapeshifter. Then we have Present, consisting of mainly Object Tech obstacles, namely Chuck Crank into Ring Chaser EX into Salmon Roll, then Lasso Launch, and Muso's Thread the Needle EX. Finally, Future, consisting of mainly motorized obstacles, Cornices over the Abyss, Magwall, Fishbone Dimension, and Cane Lane Dimension. The dimensional duo at the end of the stage. Should anyone complete the stage in 440 seconds, or 450 seconds if you're one of the 4 ladies left, you will face Boss 4, Magirna. Competitors hang from a giant gear-shaped spool and alternate between sliding sloper holds and special delivery holds. They then face Bioclock for a chance at extra cash, up to $50,000. The only one to do it so far with this new cash rewards incentive is Tyler Smith. He got himself $2,500. You can get a lot more than that within a matter of 10 seconds at the end of the stage. That's if someone beats Magirna tonight. And since there are 4 boss clears tonight, 26 people out of the 40 that are currently facing this stage will move on to the back half, along with Phil Folsom, K-Rod, Tyler Smith, and Yusuke Morimoto. Hoping to do so, kicking things off, is Evan White. Gearhead! What a start to this stage! Former best result from a few weeks ago. If I recall correctly, he got all the way to Calum's corner? And he almost beat it a few weeks ago. He's out on stage 4. 4.2 in particular. Oh my days. Luke Beckstrand, how do you respond to that? Saves twice and fails on Shapeshifter. I don't know if that'll be good enough to move on. We'll have to wait and see though. Hayate Kajihara. Ooh, first to get the Future, he fails on Magwall. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. Saves once on Chuck Crank, he fails on Magwall as well. But Kajihara did get farther. And he, for that matter, he severely outpaced Yoshi. I mean, they're both speed stars, but that's kind of crazy. Speaking of speed stars, Noah Munier. Oh, Cane Lane! 3 moves short of facing Magirna. Jackson Erdos, meanwhile, saves once, twice. He fails on Magwall as well. Jared Boyd, Mr. Burnout, he's out on the jumping bars. So even when Pole Grasper is replaced with what is supposedly an easier obstacle, it's still taking heads.
I mean, I would say in ANW4, you had like a bunch of people fail to jump to the jumping.
Oh, the jump to the jumping bars.
So, yeah, you would take out Jamie Ron, too.
That explains it. That explains a lot, actually. Alright, what difficulty is ANW? I'm gonna check, actually. It's an 8! Oh my god! An 8 in past is crazy. Maritz Hans. Saves once. Oh, Fishbone! He got to the end of Fishbone Dimension. Majaikomo. Saving once. He fails on the jump of Coda. Billy Dixon. Bested on lasso launch after saving on salmon roll. That's really good, actually, for a chatter. Ergon, the best rookies outed his bested on jumping bars. That might do it for the rookies tonight, folks. Max Suskin saves once, fails on shapeshifter. Godbound saves once, fails on the jumping bars. How long have we been going? An hour and a half? Wow, this actually, I'd say this is decent pace. This is really good pace, actually. Graham Ogden saves once, gets all the way to Magwall. Almost gets halfway through future. Andrews. She saves on jumping bars. She gets to future. That is really good. She was completely gassed by that point. But still, great effort from Carrington Andrews. Kai Diol, saving once and failing on jumping bars. How far did the other chatter get to? Billy Dixon got way farther. So I feel like the only person who can stop Billy Dixon from being your chatter's champion tonight is Kevin Brecky. Meanwhile, here comes Tatsuya Tada. Oh, hold on! He clears! He's facing Magirna!
Oh my god.
Tatsuya freaking Tada! That's crazy! Hans Hertz, how do you respond to that? Gearhead takes him out. Wow! 4.2 takes out a former Omega finalist. That is freaking crazy. Hans Hertz is out of it on stage 4. And what's especially scary about this is that there's going to be way less people moving on out of the people who are attempting this stage, because 4 boss clears, only 30 go to the back half, only 26 are going to move on, only 26 out of 40 are going to move on, so 14 are not. Yuri Brogdon, trying to be one of those 26, likely not shapeshifter. Here come the Folsoms. Isabella Folsom trying to get back to the back half. Lasso launch is really good, actually. She had a lot of stamina left. That backwards jump is so difficult, though. Last one, Ashlyn. He saves once and fails on Chuck Crank. Kara McCarthy trying to become your women's champion again. She saves once on I-Beam Cross and gets the lasso launch. She actually gets farther than Isabella Folsom did by 1 move, but still, that's really good. Joe Moravsky. Jumping bars takes out the Weatherman. One of the veterans of A&W has just been eliminated on one of the OG obstacles on A&W. Although, to be fair, it is a modification of a Sasuke obstacle, but still a modification from A&W. What is happening tonight? Asa Reynolds, how do you respond to that? Maybe Fishbone Dimension. Gets to black. That does him in. Guta. Saving once and failing on I-Beam Cross. I don't know. That might not be good enough, especially with the tighter qualification requirement, I guess. Tom Alberti. Jumping bars again. It's taking so many heads. This one trampoline jump might be the killer of this stage. What is happening? These modifications, they are small modifications.
The jump.
Yeah, these modifications are small, but clearly they are significant. Well, I mean, the modifications to this stage, at least stage 3 got completely overhauled. Well, revamped, I guess. Samayach, meanwhile. Saving once, twice, And he gets all the way to Magwall with that much resiliency used. That is really good, though. Caleb Bergstrom. He gets all the way to Coda after saving on... Oh, yeah, he saves on Coda and he failed it. Kai Beckstrand. Oh, he gets all the way to Magwall. That's really good. 11 runs left. Gavin Obi, meanwhile, he saves on the first move of the first obstacle and fails on Ring Chaser. He saves twice on Pass, by the way. That's crazy. That much resiliency used, and he got all the way to... Like, he almost got to the back half of the stage. Will that be enough to get him to the back half of the course? Well, literally, only time will tell. Max Feinberg. Saving once on I-Beam Cross and failing on last one once. He also saved on Ring Chaser. He saved twice. Sashi Hioki. Saves on Jumping Bars and fails on Shapeshifter. Abby Clark. Ooh, Salmon Roll. That's not bad. Halfway through the stage, in terms of obstacles anyway. And she saves on the second move and fails on the third. Noirel. Rail Track takes another head. And it's in the form of Omega finalist and Ninja Warrior France champion. We lost Clément Cravier earlier in the night, or in the tournament, and we just lost the other Frenchman finalist. They're both out on the front half of the stage. That is crazy. Yuta Nakashima, meanwhile, trying not to share the same fate. He will on I-Beam Cross. The reason why I'm not playing the beat, actually, I might as well. I don't know if that'll, like, we don't know. I don't know if that'll be enough. Because, again, there's going to be 4 more eliminations. Because there was 4 boss clears. But Yuta Nakashima being out on 4.5 is still not a good sign. I mean, I say that, but what's left of this roster is still unbelievably stacked. So we're bound to lose a lot of big names, but this early, crazy. Matley. Oh my! Second to last move, he times up on it. Or times out on it. He did not have the pace. Luke Dillon, 4 runs left. I-Beam Cross. What is going on? Pass was the segment that was adjusted. Even I say that, but it was adjusted slightly. It wasn't adjusted much. Only 1 obstacle was replaced. And it's still taking so many heads. That is never a good sign. Oh my gosh. Look Fortier. 3 more runs. Whoa. Oh, the second to last move of Kane Lane. They didn't have the time anyway, I don't think. RJ Roman. Wow, the first move. The literal first move of the stage takes out the loose cannon. I can almost hear the F-bombs right now. 2-time ANW finalist is out on the first move of stage 4. That is crazy. Here for you for a few seconds. Last run of stage 4, at least. It's Jay Lewis. We have another attempt on Magirna. Saves once. We will not. Is down to just Tada. Tada faces Magirna by himself. Oh my days. Tatsuya Tada, of all people to beat Magirna. This would be crazy. He sits in 34th on the leaderboard. This is his 10th appearance. He's beaten Deoxys, so if he beats Magirna right now, he'd be halfway to a full clear. It'd be his second boss clear overall. The question is, can he? No, he will not even get close. And that will do it for Stage 4. So that means only the top 26 will move on. So we look at our clear overview to find out just who that is. For tonight's Stage 4 clear overview, Killer of Stage 4 is a tie, as far as I can see, between Jumping Bars, new obstacle, and Magwall, by a margin of 2, by a factor of 1.5. Lucky Melons go to the following people: Tom Alberti, Matthias Moirel, Kira Boyd, Laura Tons, and Isabella Folsom. Clutch Melon goes to Jackson Erdos on Ring Chaser EX. The Spare Caviar goes to Luke Beckstrand on Shapeshifter. And the Wonderful Melon goes to Maurice Hans on one of the Ascending Legends of Cornices of the Abyss. So he just got himself 2 more melons in the same stage. Shit. As for the people we've lost, holy shit. Roman's DFL, unfortunately. And then for the chatters, we lost Kai Diol, and I failed to notice somehow that Kevin Brecky was eliminated in Stage 1, which means there's only one chatter left, and it's Billy Dixon. The WNL commentator is your chatter's champion tonight. He is your last chatter standing. As for the women, all of them remain in it. Carrington Andrews, Isabella Folsom, Karen McCarthy, and Abby Clark. And as for the rookies, Bergon unfortunately did not make it. He lost out on the qualification by about 10 spots. So that will do it for the rookies tonight. So with that in mind, we're down to 1 chatter, 4 women, and no rookies. But before we get to the back half of the course, we gotta go through the Chatters Challenge. Who's gonna make it into the main roster? That's gonna kick off in a few moments. Ladies and gents, it's time for Chatter's Challenge. As per usual, Stage A consists of the following: 8 obstacles, loading tiles, Shotsu, Orugoru, a split decision between Fujima and Marvin Gardens, warp wall, doorknob grasper, hanging staircase, and climb wall. With a time limit of 140 seconds. Out of the 46 chatters currently in the casual roster, only 30 are going to move on to Stage B, and out of those 30, only 15, along with the Chatters Champion, along with Billy Dixon, is going to move on to the main roster. So with that in mind, it's time to kick off tonight's Chatters Challenge. They will be running in alphabetical order, starting with Adrian Shun. Go to doesn't in for the moment. The creator, Alex Cunningham. Time's out on Climbboard, but that's a really good run. That is a really good run. By the way, if you want to qualify, I mentioned this earlier, but if you want to qualify as a chatter for Omega, all you gotta do is join the Ninja Masters Discord link in the description. Not affiliated with TNM, it's just, it happens. Then you gotta get into the Ninja Machine database as a chatter. You gotta qualify through both stages of Chatter's Challenge. Only the top 15 are gonna move on to the main roster along with Billy Dixon. Alt 1, meanwhile. 1 down warp wall, but doorknob grasper does him in for now. Alvin Tang Chong Guang repping Singapore. Beating the Klaxon, wow! I'm a Mimia, meanwhile. I'm gonna have to get my inner auctioneer out again. Save down warp wall once, but doorknob grasper takes him out of it again. Amber Rodriguez, Marvin Gardens, A4. Not to be confused with the sauce. Aussie Green. A4 or A1. I'm stupid. Shochu takes out Ozzy Green. Bo Lewis with the fastest time so far. Billy Dixon, your current Shatters champion, so this run is nullified. He gets the second fastest time anyway. Saving on floating the first obstacle, he clears it. Brandon Buckwolf. Fails on Doorknob Grasper. So if Billy Dixon moves on to the main roster, gets in the top 15 here in stage B later, then whoever's in 16th is going to move on as well. Host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox, Bubba Ace. One failed warp wall, but they time out on the climb wall. Callum Price. We confused with Callum Goldcloud. That's a triple! If post-simulation awards were a thing here, he would have just gotten himself $5,000. And would have been the highest earning chatter in Omega. Host of Sports Roulette, still trying to end his main roster drought, Kane Malden. Went down the warp wall, but he gets to Ascending Staircase. Or the Hanging Staircase, sorry. Is that good enough? We don't know. Curtis Tran. Clears with 6 seconds. Dan Buckholz. Spelled on Doorknob Grasper. Also trying to end his main roster drought. Special Olympics athlete, Donovan Lusher. Oh, maybe. It's getting to stage B for sure. Climb board's good enough. Host of Sasuke Divine wins. Shingo Superfan Emily Montague fails the first obstacle. Evan Mayle fails the first obstacle. John Lucas Schmidt doesn't fail the first obstacle. In fact, he gets himself a double. That would have been $888. That is good enough for third place. Giovanni Lopez. It's by far the slowest time, but a clear is a clear. 2.5 seconds. And it's better than nothing. D-Render. Save on Shochu and a fail on Otogoru for D-Render. Jack Andrews. Saving once and getting the fastest time, almost getting himself a quad. Jeffrey Ritchie. First obstacle. Two very different extremes for these runs. Second. Jimmy Chang. Spelled on his hanging staircase. I can't talk. Yuxinator. One fell on the warp wall and he times down the climb wall. Jordan Coward. 2 fails on the warp wall, but he fails on Doorknob Grasper. Kane Casillas, trying to get back to the main roster after becoming your Chatters champion last week. Beats the Klaxon. Casey DeViti. Second obstacle. Kate McChesney, co-producer of Ultimate Kunoichi, fails the third obstacle. Obstacle designer Kevin Brecky, one of the greatest obstacle designers of our time. He is denied a clear by 0.03 of a second. That is awful. Host of Irish Warrior, you get the name of the series right, Kyle Foley. That was on Kleinborn. Alright, time to get my interauctioneer out. Here we go. Y'all might want to pay attention and try to keep up. Jeffrey Ritchie's out of it. Evan Mails on the bubble. Yuxi's guaranteed to move on. Leo Provo, meanwhile, clears with 7.8 on the clock. Eliminates Evan Mail. Emily Montague's on the bubble. Yuxi's still guaranteed to move on. Luke Allen fails on Otogoru. Eliminates Montague. Ozzy Green's on the bubble. Bubba Ace moving on. Matthew Doan times out on climb board by a few seconds. He got close. No cigar. Green's out of it. DeViti's on the bubble. Bubba Ace guaranteed to move on. Mike Bernardo, man to beat the Super Salmon ladder, times out on climb board. Enough to eliminate DeViti and put Chesney on the bubble. Bubba Ace now guaranteed to move on. Mike Vasquez fails on hanging staircase. Eliminates McChesney, puts Luke Allen on the bubble. Jimmy Chang now guaranteed to move on, so that was not good enough yet. Come on, Peaklin! Doorknob Grasper. It's not good enough yet. He is in 23rd at the moment. There are still several runs left. Allen's out of it. Chung's on the bubble. Vasquez guaranteed to move on now. Philip Scott, host of Muso. Clears with 19 seconds. Eliminates Chung, puts D-Render on the bubble. Vasquez now guaranteed to move on. Pineapples Alfredo. She fails on hanging staircase. Eliminates D-Render, puts Rodriguez on the bubble. Vasquez guaranteed to move on. Bob Leponge competing on behalf of Radium and Coffee. Timing out on the climb board by the whole ass year. Rodriguez is out of it. Covert's on the bubble. Mike Vasquez still guaranteed to move on. Cheyenne Raya. Equals in the bottom 5. Cheyenne Raya is out of it on the first obstacle. Or the second obstacle, sorry. Tayama Shigun Lin. Marvin Gardens, they're out of it. My co-host, Benny Kins. Fails hanging staircase. Eliminates Jordan Coward, puts Alt 1 on the bubble. Brandon Buchwald's now guaranteed to move on. William Marchese eliminates Alt 1 as he times out on the climbing board by about 6 seconds. Amamimi is on the bubble. Brandon Buchwald's guaranteed to move on. Xander Slager times out on the... fails on the climbing board. He had the time as well. He saved on the run of Grasper. Eliminates Mimia, puts Buchwald on the bubble. Brandon Buchwald or Yuchen... Sorry, no. Brandon Buchwald's guaranteed to move on. Dan Buchholz, excuse me, or Yuchen Shao. And Shao's moving on after he fails on climb board. That will eliminate Dan Buchholz. Pieglin just moves on to stage B, and Brandon Buchwald is... Pieglin and Brandon Buchwald are P30 and P29, respectively. Shao... Sorry, Dan Buchholz is P29. Or 31, sorry. I Stage B consists of the following. Dropping boxes, telephone pole climb into the clacker, double prism tilt, clock hands from 2024, and gallon throws from Proto Sasuke. With a time limit of 105 seconds. Out of these 30, top 15 is going to move on to the main roster. Starting with Alex Cunningham. Fails the second obstacle, that might be it for him this week. Avaton Chong Kwong. Clock hands, that's good. Bo Lewis. Also fails on clock hands, but he significantly outpaced Chong Kwong. Billy Dixon, your current Shatters champion, fails on the clacker. He's moving on to the main roster regardless, because Bo is the Shatters champion. Brandon Buchwald. Double prism tilt. Bubba Ace. Double prism tilt. Fails one earlier. Callum Bryce gets the clock. That's actually impressive. Clock hands is not bad. Kane Malden trying to end his drought. The clacker, however, is not making it any easier for him. It's not likely. No. Curtis Tran. First clear. 6.37. Donovan Luster trying to get back to the main roster. He fails on the second obstacle. No luck this week again. Gianluca Schmidt also fails at the same spot, though. Giovanni Lopez. Double prism tilt. Jack Andrews. Clears with way faster of a time than Curtis Tran. Jimmy Chang. DPT. Yuxinator. Clanker. Clacker. Whoa, my bad. Hayden Casillas. Please don't cancel. Casillas fails TPC. Eliminates Donovan Lusher. Sorry, buddy. No luck this time. Gianluca Schmidt is on the bubble. Kevin Brecky, meanwhile, times out on gallon throws by around 2/3 of a second. Eliminates Schmidt, puts Casillas on the bubble. Jack Andrews now guaranteed to move on to the main roster. Kyle Foley hoping to join them. Double prism tilt, not making it likely. Eliminates Casillas, puts Cunningham on the bubble. Curtis Strand now guaranteed to move on. Leo Provo fails double prism tilt. Cunningham's eliminated. Kane, you're gonna need a miracle. You're already on the bubble. Kevin Brecky's guaranteed to move on though. Matt Doan fails telephone pole climb. Mike Bernardo will eliminate Kane Malden. Yuxinator on the bubble. Avaton Chong Kwong now guaranteed to move on to the main roster. Mike Vasquez fails TPC. Come on, Pieglin! Double prism tilt. He is in the bottom 5. Yuxi's out of it. Billy Dixon's on the bubble. Not that it matters. Leo Provo's guaranteed to move on. Philip Scott almost gets himself a quad and a second fastest time. Eliminates Dixon, puts Bubba Ace on the bubble. Leo Provo's guaranteed to move on still. Pineapple's Alfredo fails clock hands. Eliminates Ace, puts Foley on the bubble. Competing on behalf of Radium and Coffee, Bob LePons fails the second obstacle and eliminates him.
Simple.
No luck this time. But, I mean, you're not even forgetting to the main roster last week. Benny Kins, meanwhile, double prism tilt. It will eliminate Foley, put Brandon Buchwald on the bubble, but I don't know if that would be good enough to move on. Mike Bernardo is now guaranteed to move on. Piegelin's going to need a miracle. So with Brandon Buchwald, as Willie Marchese runs next. Will not have it. Buchwald's out of it. Piegelin's on the bubble. Mike Bernardo's guaranteed to move on still. Xander Slager will eliminate Pieglin. 4.7 on the clock. It's going to be Jimmy Chang or Yuchen Shao moving on to the main roster. And it's going to be Jimmy Chang! Yuchen chokes again! Killer of Stage B is double prism tilt. Let's have a look at who's moving on to the main roster along with Billy Dixon. Jack Andrews, Philip Scott, Curtis Tran, Slager, Brecky, Marchese, Bryce, Trad, Lewis, Alfredo, Bettykins, Provo, Bernardo, Lopez, Jimmy Lopez, and Jimmy Chang. Pieglin missed out by 1 spot again. That is tragic. But, hey, to the 15 you who moved on, congrats, you're going to be facing Billy Dixon for the Chatters Championship in the main roster. Speaking of which, it's time to kick off the back half of the course. Stage 5 and beyond in mere moments. Stage 5 is Gambler's Gala. It is a split decision speed stage consisting of several obstacles, more or less depending on the path you take. The easier but longer path is Whale Carnival, consisting of 9 obstacles, roller coaster, roller coaster into 3-ring circus into Carnival, then rope reverse EX, rolling escargot, glass maze, hammer road, the dungeon, and fidget finale to cargo. The shorter but significantly harder route is Casino Royale, consisting of 6 obstacles, nail clipper roulette, domino city, twin dia EX into spring arm into royal flush, and finally the infamous gamble. The time limit is 165 seconds for the dudes, and 160 for the dudes, and 165 for the ladies. I'm gonna adjust something real quick, and we're gonna kick off the back half of the course. All right, now that the previous clear rate is adjusted, 12,500. Maybe, hopefully, we'll have more. Time to kick off the back half of the course, starting with Masashi Hioki. Takes on Royal Carnival and fails rolling escargot. And from here on out, if you clear, you move on. If you don't, you don't. You're out. Yuri Proktin. Royal Carnival fails rope reverse. Luke Beckstrand. And we will not have a Stage 5 wipeout, thank fuck, for saving on the dungeon. Ashwin Herbert. Royal Carnival, he's bested on Carnival. Which, if I recall correctly, is absolutely free. It's, well, I mean, I don't know. It's rated in course creator as a 1. If I recall correctly.
It's a split decision, so you can get the hard long mistake jug or the very short one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of a split decision thing, but not really.
Like Ring Chaser.
It's the way how similar it is like to Ring Chaser.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like Ring Chaser, but Gavin Obi. Casino Royale, he saves once and fails Royal Flush. And that'll do it for him. Abby Clark, still trying to be your women's champion tonight. And at the Royal Carnival, she actually clears! Well then. Well, that's the mark to beat for the other 3 ladies. Billy Dixon, last remaining chatter, going for Casino Royale and paying the price. And folks, that will do it for the chatters. Cara McCarthy, actually. Just act. Okay. Cara McCarthy. Royal Carnival. She's going to Stage 6. We have 2 women in Stage 6 already. Here come the Folsoms. Folsom's out. Isabella fails on rope reverse. Well then, the most dominant female athlete in this entire series, and potentially on the planet in terms of ninja, is out of it on Stage 5. Clark, McCarthy, and Andrews are the only ones left. Max Feinberg, meanwhile, Royal Carnival. He clears with 3.2. Carrington Andrews. Royal Carnival, she fails on rope reverse. 2 women left. It's just McCarthy and Clark going to Stage 6 for the Women's Championship. Jay Lewis, first of the champions to run tonight. champions of Omega anyway. Royal Casino Royale is vested on Spring Arm. That's one champ eliminated. Majaikamo. He goes for Royal Carnival, saves twice, and clears with 6.2. Caleb Bergstrom, Omega's second champion. Royal Carnival, he's out on Hammer Road. I think that'll do it for the champions. Because Eridos, I don't think Eridos or Levesek, I know didn't lose. I don't think Eridos made it either. He did not. That'll do it for the champions. In stage 5, damn. Ram Ogden, meanwhile. Casino Royale, he saves once and fails Royal Flush. That's actually pretty impressive. For someone who, to my knowledge, has not gotten to the back half. I'm actually going to check. This is his first appearance of the year. Damn. Kajihara, meanwhile.
Wait.
Royal Carnival. He beats the Klaxon. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Hold on, let me check. Yeah, he's not a rookie. He appeared once in tournaments, or twice. Tournaments 47 and 48 of year 1. So this is his third appearance overall. Samiach. Royal Carnival, he saves once. Clears 716. The Ace. Royal Casino Royale, he fails Domino City. That'll do it. Beckstrand. Royal Carnival. And of course, he clears. Actually, what am I talking about? Eridos is still in it. Royal Carnival. And he beats the Klaxon. He's not done yet. Ritz Hans. Royal Carnival. He saves once and times out by 0.16. Oh, no. By that much is crazy. Asa Reynolds. Goes for Royal Carnival. He just got himself a triple. I don't know how much that is. That might be $1,000, but I've never seen a triple with zeros. I think that's 1,000. Just 1,000. It's either 1,000 or 10,000. I doubt it's 10. There's no way it's 10,000. I feel like it'd just be 1,000. I mean, we'll have to find out at the end of Stage 6. Joe Matley, meanwhile. He's going to Stage 6 regardless, but Matley is not. The dungeon does him in for now. Fortier. For Royal Carnival, he's bested at the same spot and is even outpaced by Matley. Noah Munier. Also going for Royal Carnival. He beats the Klaxon. Tatsuya Tada. The only person to attack Magirna tonight. He's out on the dungeon, and that will do it. He saves on Rope Reverse EX, but it was all for naught. Phil Folsom, with the safety pass in tow, takes on Stage 5 once more. He saves once, and he doesn't have to use it at all. In fact, he gets himself a double. So at the very least, we're down to 12. As we move on to Stage 6 in mere moments. Stage 6 is Mandromae's Mark 10. It was introduced last week as the replacement to Mark 5, because that was absolutely stupid. It consists of 16 obstacles divided into 4 sections, each of which has 4 obstacles. Floor Alpha is all mental-based obstacles. Color Fusion, Alphabet Parlay, Hawkeye, Tactical Parlay. Floor B is technical lore body obstacles, Dome Steps, Snake Bite, Amazing Road, and Cannonball Chaos. The time limit for the first half is 100 seconds. And for the back half, it is untimed. Floor Gamma is tech obstacles. Honey Dip into Eyeglass Lane. Block Hands into Pac-Man. Finally, Floor Delta is a Burnout segment. The Cubes, Cannonball Climber, Mega Devil Steps, and Magic Ladder consecutively. Yes, there are Nerf Pass and Burnout Pass versions of these 2 stages. Yes, because I even checked earlier to make sure I updated them, and I did, which is great. 12 remain. The most we can have, I believe, is 15. With that in mind, we're going to kick off Stage 6 right now. With Stage 5's killer so far, Reverse EX. Running first is Luke Beckstrand. He saves once. He's on to the back half. Gamma. Delta. No! Mega Devil Steps. And that will do it for the Beckstrands. It's not one of the Beckstrands. I want to talk about Kai's. It says it right there. Abby Clark, trying to become your women's champion. She will not get Alphabet Parlay. So all McCarthy's got to do is get past Alphabet Parlay, or at least get there faster. The women's champion is Tara McCarthy. And only one woman left. Now the question, will she reach Stage 7? Will her run end there? Will her run end on Stage 6? I can't talk. Gamma. Oh my god, she's on the Delta. No, the magic ladder! She was actually one obstacle away from Stage 7. That was amazing.
No.
That was amazing, though. We'll be seeing her again next week, though. She is your women's champion. By a significant margin. Max Feinberg, meanwhile. Gamma. Delta. He is denied. We are denied a Stage 6 wipeout. Giacomo. He's on the Gamma. And Delta. Giacomo's going to Stage 7 again. He almost just got himself a triple and another $5,500. He can't keep getting away with it. Kajihara. He is known as a speed star. So of course he beats the Claxon. Untimed half. He saves on Honey Dip and fails on Clock Hands. 2 clears so far. They are Giacomo and Feinberg. Yeah, Feinberg. Samyach. He's on to the back half. He got, I don't know if that counts as a double, right? Because it's a combo stage.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But Pac-Man takes him out of it. Ooh, that might have just eliminated the last of the Israelis. Yeah, it did. Kai Beckstrand. Saves once. 14.7 seconds. He's known for speed, but damn. He's good with upper body stuff. He's on to Gamma. He's on to Delta. Kai Beckstrand is going to Stage 7. Last of the champions. Jackson Erdos. Saves once. Onto the untimed section. Erdos. He's on the Delta. He's got a double. Another $100. And he's going to Stage 7. Reynolds. He saves once and fails Tactical Parlay with the not funny number.
Oh, he answers 6,000.
Damn it. Noah Munier. He saves once. He gets even faster time. 17 seconds. Rename, I hope we're happy, man. Untimed second. Zombie Delta. Junior is going to Stage 7 with another double. Folsom still has the safety pass. He's going to have to use it. He will. He fails on dome steps after saving on Tactical Parlay. He's going to have to use the safety pass. He reached Stage 7. Still. No! Dome steps again! He fails the same obstacle twice, and that will do it for the Folsoms. That is a shocker. If I had the shocking fail BGM up, I would have used it. I'm going to take a screenshot of the leaderboard. We have 5 clears so far. And Reynolds... Oh yeah, Reynolds just got himself $1,000. But in the meantime, we're going to move on to the runners with the passes. And I think we're going to start with the Nerf pass run. So that's Kevin Rodriguez. It's going to happen in a bit. Alright. Now for Kevin Rodriguez to take on stage 5 and 6 with the Nerf pass. Starting with stage 5. Casino Royale. And he clears it. He's on stage 6. Stage 6 has been nerfed. Well, here's the nerf stage 6. Alpha's the same. Beta is Step Slider, Snake Bridge, Galley, Spin Bridge. Gamma is Deja Vu, Motive Women's, Jumping Ring, Women's Championship, Crazy Clocks, Australian Skyhooks. Delta is Flying Shelf Grab, Angle Ladder Jr., Devil Steps, Motherboard. No recipes. Time segment. Oh, he's on the untimed segment. Gamma. He's fouled on Skyhooks.
The wing swing takes him out.
The swing. Wait, what? That's crazy. Well, we got a few burnout passes left. Runs left. See how they do. And we're back again. I don't know why I opened multiple instances of Ninja Machine. But we're going to go back to the burnout pass runs. Starting with Tyler Smith. Goes for Rail Carnival and clears. After saving on Fidget Finale. How about Yusuke? He goes for Rail Carnival. Saving once and he clears. Now for stage 6. These runs will cap off stage 6. The only difference with this version of the stage is that there's rest points where there normally wouldn't be. Tyler Smith kicking things off. Time segment. He's on to the untimed segment. Gamma. Delta. Saves once. He's going to stage 7 again. Now for Yusuke. Untimed segment. He beats the klaxon. Faster time than Tyler Smith, actually. Get to stage 7 again. No! Eyeglass Lane takes out Yusuke, and Tyler Smith gets to extend his lead even more. So with that in mind, that'll do it for stages 5 and 6. Clear overview is as follows. You're down to 6. One more than last week. Aaron Giacomo, Max Feinberg, Kai Beckstrand, Noah Munier, Jackson Erdos, and Tyler Smith. This roster is stacked. I don't know, we may have a final for all we know. There is definitely a chance. But, I mean, you never know with a series. A few minutes away from finding out. Stage 7 in your moments. Stage 7 is FTL Singularity. And as per usual, it is an upper body, partially split decision gauntlet, consisting of 14 obstacles divided into 2 sections. I scoop my model a little bit. First half is Entropy's End. The sole non-upper body obstacle is Snake Crossing. Then we have purely upper body obstacles, starting with Board Meeting, Maiden Voyage, Undernail levels, into the Cheese Wedges, one of the killers of this stage for sure. discus throw into stair hop, capping off the first half. Then you have a split decision to make in the back half. You can either take on the finger strength focused Path to Paradise, consisting of Whiting Corridor into Body Prop Kai from Proto Sasuke. Walking Drum follows this, and then one of the biggest killers of this era, Calum's Corner, consisting of both versions of Brad's Corner from the World Ninja League consecutively. The Elite female version with 7 ledges and a jump, into the Elite male version with 4 ledges, a set of paddle cliffs, and a reverse grab. Then you have the Hockey Pucks. That is a visual error because it is the Slopers version of Slogies. Finally, Heartbreak Almighty, a successor to Heartbreak Armageddon, consisting of 4 insanely difficult cat grab obstacles: Board Drop, Heartbreaker, Spider Winder, and Island of the I-Beams consecutively. Your other option is the Lachey-focused Dive to Damnation, consisting of brutal barrels into Ferox's Kaleidoscope. Following this is the crazy shelf grab from Sasuke Nitro. Another one of the biggest killers on this course, Double Cliffhanger Ultra, follows this. A mix of Double Shin Cliffhanger from Proto Sasuke and Cliffhanger Ultra from Blocksketch. It's essentially a mix of the Shin Cliffhanger and the Crazy Cliffhanger, except the second ledge is slanted in the opposite direction, turning it into a paddle cliff. If someone gets there, it's going to go by really fast. And it involves 2 crazy jumps. It is a leftward double cliffhanger ultra into a rightward cliffhanger ultra, and the crazy jump in between and a crazy jump at the end. And then you have Monster Inverter, Silver Corkscrew, comparatively filler, but still very difficult. And finally, successor to 7 Circles of Hell, 9 Circles of Hell, consisting of 5 of the most difficult ring tech obstacles in Ninja Machine at the moment. Ring Drop, Sky Tech, Sky High, Spread Your Rings and Fly, and Final Ring with a dismount consecutively. This stage has only been beaten 5 times. Phil Folsom, Noah Munier, Tyler Smith, Vance Walker, and Yuval Shemla. Will anyone else survive? 6 athletes remain to take on this behemoth of a Stage 7. Running first is your current highest earning competitor in Omega as of tonight, in year 2 at least. Sitting just at the bottom of the top 10 on the leaderboard, Aaron Giacomo makes his return to Stage 7. In terms of his overall statistics this year, he sits in 10th on the leaderboard. In 9 appearances, he has 1 boss clear against Deoxys. This is his 4th time reaching the back half of the course, his 3rd time in the top 10, and his 2nd time reaching Stage 7. He is the current money mogul with the highest cash total, $7,110, 1 melon, 3 caviars, and 55,675 points to his name. But he wants more. He wants to get to the final. It'll be the first time in his career that he will have pulled that off. His next major hurdle, however, is Entropy's End. He has been here 1 other time. And to my knowledge, never has he gotten to the back half of the stage. Snake Crossing down. However, he saves on board meeting. Using resiliency, especially that early, is never a good sign. Maiden Voyage, meanwhile. And that's why first of the 3 floating sockets does him in, and we're down to 5. This next render does not have a BGM to my knowledge. I still need to find one. However, he is a former finalist of Omega, and the way he did it is actually crazy. He beat the unnerfed version of Unholy Trinity back in Tournament 35, I want to say, of last year. And he's also a 3-time Vegas finalist of A&W. It's Max Feinberg. who currently sits in 59th on the leaderboard. In 7 appearances, he has no boss clears. As of tonight, 4 back half appearances. And this is his second time reaching stage 7. He has 1 melon, 1 caviar, and 84.25 in points. But he wants to get to that final. He wants to repeat the feat he did in OMEGA⁵, in OMEGA⁵. Entropy's End. It's the next major hurdle, standing in his way. Snake Crossing kicked things off. Nothing he can't handle. He has the best, he nearly has the best result from OMEGA⁵. In order to do that all, in order to pull that, I can't talk, he's just got to pass the first floating socket of Maiden Voyage. And he has. 2 more sockets. And then it's under nail levels. He's there. 4 files. This is nail levels, but they include vertical transitions between each level. Or each file. He's got it down. Cheese wedges. He's got that down as well. Discus throw. This is pure cliches. When you're grabbing onto the side of a disc. Nothing he can't handle though. Stair hopper. Could you believe if he got to the back half? Will he? Yes! Feinberg. With 5 runners left. The first of which has just gotten to the back half. He's got a decision to make, however. Heaven or hell? His choice? I think he picked Path to Paradise. He did. Path to Paradise. He's got Winding Corridor down. Body prop Kai next. Now for the Ascent. That's down. Walking Drum. He beat the unnerfed version of Brad's Corner. But Calum's Corner is a whole other beast. He saves on Drum 11 and makes it to Calum's Corner. First jump. Now for the Elite Male version. Starting with the paddle cliffs. He's done that. And the reverse grab. Hockey pucks. 3 obstacles away from the final stage. He's on to the slogies. These are the slopers, not the ledges. And oh my god, he's actually on to Heartbreak Almighty. Starting with board drop. He saves on board 2. He's on to the Heartbreaker. Max Feinberg. The last time he pulled what he's trying to do off was one of the most historic runs in Omega's history, and he's 2 segments away from pulling that off again. Spiderwinder. It's taken a lot of heads in the past. Will it take out Feinberg? Yes, it will! Board 3! That, however, that was an amazing run from Feinberg. 2 segments shy of his second final in 2 eras. Gotta give him props for that. That is incredible. However, 4 runs left. I'm loving our odds if this is where we're getting already. Let's continue. 4 athletes remain. The next one, however, is known for speed, as he is AMW Season 17 winner and former finalist of it, but speed's not a factor here. However, he is an 8-time semifinalist of Omega. His name is Kai Beckstrand. With Luke, with Bailey, with all the others watching on, along with the entirety of the ninja community, we are all rooting for Kai. And I'm sure the same sentiment is shared with everybody who gets here. You gotta be the best of the best to get here, much less clear it. Kai Beckstrand, meanwhile, currently sits in 15th on the leaderboard. This is his 12th appearance. In that time, he's gotten 3 boss clears, 2 against Suicune, 1 against Magirna. This is his 8th appearance in the back half. his 4th appearance in the top 10, and his 3rd time getting to stage 7 this year. He has no cash, 2 melons, 1 caviar, and 37,100 points to his name. That's before tonight. But he wants to get to the final. Entropy's End will the 8th time be the one for Kai Beckstrand. Begins with Snake Crossing. He's been here many times before. This is his 3rd time getting to FTL Singularity in particular. Will the 3rd time be the charm for A&W's Speed Star? Maiden Voyage. Again, speed is not a factor here. It is pure grip strength. Pure either grip strength or laches for the most part. Undernail levels.
Halfway.
Good for the moment. One more. And that is the Cheese Wedge, is one of the bigger killers of the stage. That's why! Kai Beckstrand is just another name on the list of the Cheese Wedge's victims. But it is such a difficult obstacle. Completely understandable. But regardless, what a run from Kai Beckstrand. He is guaranteed, I believe he's guaranteed 4th place. At the very least. We're halfway through what's left of the roster, and it only gets more stacked from here. Let's continue. 3 athletes remain. Right next is a 3-time winner of the Barbados Ninja Throwdown, Stage 3 clear at Worlds 2023, as well as the current WNL World Champion, 15-time semi-finalist, former finalist, and 2-time last man standing of Omega, Noah Jr., who remains the #1 ninja in the world in terms of Ninja Machine standings to this day. There's a few people who may have something to say about that. One of which is going to run in a few... It's going to run a bit later. But Noah Jr. is one of the best to ever do it. One of the best of our time. He sits in 7th place on the leaderboard, however. This is his 10th appearance. He has 3 boss clears. 1 for each of them except for the Forces. He was a few moves away from getting a full clear earlier in Stage 1. This is his 7th time getting to the back half, his 3rd time being in the top 10, and his 2nd time getting to Stage 7. The last time he got here, he cleared it. The question of the hour is, can he do it again? Entropy's End. He has 2232 in cash, 9 melons, no caviars, 63,460 points to his name. He is only 200 points behind Jackson Erdos in standings, in overall standings. And Jackson Erdos is running next. So if anything, he's setting the bar for Erdos. Maiden Voyage. 1 more socket. And that is a date with undernail levels. This combo is brutal on the fingers. And especially true for the cheese wedges. He saves on the 2nd move, but he's got it down. Discus throw. How much does he have left in the tank? Less than a 1/3 of his stamina left. Approaching its halfway point as he makes his way to the dismount of the stair hopper. Will he be 2 for 2 on the front half of FTL Singularity? You know he will. Waste any time. Heaven or hell. His decision is path to paradise. The last time he got here, he cleared this stage. But Phil Folsom, if he's any indication that being 1 for 1 on this stage is not a be-all end-all, I don't know what is. He now takes on Calum's corner. Phil beat Stage 7 the last time he got here the first time he got here, but then he failed it the second time. Power ledges. Reverse grab. We are 2 for 2 on Caleb's corner. Hockey pucks. Noah Munier trying to maintain his perfect clear rate on stage 7. He's 2 obstacles away from doing so. Slogies. It's comparatively filler, but it's not by any means easy. Nothing that he can't handle, though. Heartbreak Almighty board drop takes him out of it.
Oh, dropped by the board.
And he shares the same fate as Phil Folsom did last week. He has lost his perfect clear record in stage 7. 1 for 2. But another great run from Noah Munier. He's the WNL champion for a reason. But however, Max Feinberg still has the best result for the moment. A third of this roster left. If we're getting this far, this consistency, especially with the people we have left, I'm loving our odds. Let's continue. 2 athletes remain. The next one of which has so many accolades to his name. Let's go over them as quickly as I can. Season 4 champion of NSC, Premier Series champion of Season 1, and the 2024 World Champion of WNL. Season 3 champion of A&W Junior, 2-time finalist, and Omega's 3rd champion, Jackson Erdos. Makes another return to stage 7. You gotta believe there's a lot of pressure on him and Tyler Smith right now. These two might be the best chance we have out of what was left of the roster to get to the final. And at this point, they're the only chance we have. Jackson Erdos sits right above Munier, believe it or not, in 6th place on the leaderboard. In 11 appearances this year, he has 5 boss clears, 2 against the Forces, 3 against the Oxys. This is his 10th time getting to the back half of the course. Only 4 other people have done so, and they're the top 4. Folsom, Obi, Morimoto, Smith. However, this is his 3rd time getting to stage 7. He has $767 in cash, 2 melons, 3 caviars, and 63,660 points to his name. He and Munier, as I mentioned, are neck and neck on the leaderboard right now. But in order to pass Munier, he's got a long way to go. It starts with Entropy's End. He's got a long road ahead of him, but we know he's capable. Snake Crossing. Down. Board meeting. And again, Feinberg still holds the best result. In order to get ahead, in order to ensure himself that he's ahead of Munier, he's got to pass the first move of board drop. Got to at least get to Heartbreak Almighty. His next major hurdle is Undernail Levels. This combo is so brutal on the fingers. And this is especially true for the cheese wedges. We know he can handle it, though. We saw him beat it at the NSC a few seasons ago. Discus throw. Stair hopper. Is Erdos about to get to the back half of stage 7? He'll be the 3rd person to do so tonight out of 5. Dismount on stair hopper. Down. Oh, it's the 3rd person to reach the back half. Heaven or hell? What is our 3rd champion selection? I believe it is Path to Paradise. Wedding Corridor down. Body prop Kai. Again, the mark to beat is Heartbreak Almighty, the first move of the Spiderwinder. Walking Drum. He's got a date with Caleb's Corner. Starting with the Elite Female version of Bride's Corner. First jump. This is directly into the Elite Male version. Now for the Paddle Cliffs. No! Erdos is guaranteed 4th for the moment. But Brad's Corner takes another head, and just like that, Feinberg is guaranteed silver. Junior is guaranteed bronze. One runner left. Let's get to it. One athlete remains. Perhaps one of the best to ever do it. Season 5 champion of NSC. Premier Series champion of the 2025 season. And the first person to get a full clear in the World Ninja League. As well as being a 3-time last man standing and a 5-time finalist of Omega. He wants to do it one more time. He's the man they call the technician, Tyler Smith. And he is perhaps our last hope, or he is our last hope, what am I talking about, to have a final tonight. In terms of overall statistics. In 14 appearances in Omega as of tonight, he sits on number 1 by a country mile. 7 appearances, 7 boss clears, 3 against Forces, 3 against Deoxys, 1 against Magirna. 12 times getting to the back half, 9 times getting to the top 10. His 5th time getting to stage 7. 4,066 cash, 11 melons, 1 caviar, 143,280 points to his name. But he wants more. Damn it, he wants that final. Entropy's End. It is final or bust for the technician. If he pulls this off, he will be this era's first multi-time finalist, as well as the year's multi-time finalist. Board meeting. Not take him out yet. Maiden voyage. He's been in this situation before, and he was bested at Heartbreak Almighty. Then he was bested at around the middle of the back half. Under nail levels. It's so tough, this. Halfway through. One more file, and then it's the cheese wedges. Come on, Tyler. Yes! Discus throw. 5 discs. And then it's stair hopper. 8 moves and a dismount. He saves on it, but can he make the dismount? Come on! Yes! And since this is a combo stage, he retains his resiliency and his stamina. He recovers that, I mean. Potentially the biggest decision of the night to cap things off is... Dive to Damnation. He's the only person to take it on tonight. Brutal Barrels. Ferox Kaleidoscope. It only gets harder from here. He saves on Kaleidoscope. He lost his resiliency very early into the back half. Cliffhanger Ultra does him in, and that will end it.
Oh no!
Wow.
The move to the Paddle Cliffs ends this tournament and denies Smith a shot at the final for the 4th time this era. Feinberg has the best result. For the 2nd time in his career. Lucky Melons go to Max Feinberg twice. Erdos gets 1. Junior gets 1. Magiacomo gets 1. Erdos receives the Clutch Melon. Magiacomo receives the Spare Caviar. And if I recall correctly, that makes it official. He is now the Caviar Collector. That is his 4th Caviar. And the Wonderful Melon also goes to Jackson Erdos on the Walking Drum. No Stage 7 killer tonight. It is a 6-way tie. Everyone fell at different spots. Actually, technically, it is Heartbreak Almighty. Chatter's champion is Billy Dixon. Women's champion is Kara McCarthy. Best rookie is Martin Bergon. You'll see them at 80, 85, and 51 respectively. Let's have a look at our leaderboard. Top 10. Phil Folsom, Hayate Kachihara, Sneor Samiach, Luke Beckstrand, Kara McCarthy, Aaron Magiacomo, Kai Beckstrand, Tyler Smith, Jackson Erdos, Noah Munier, and Max Feinberg. There were probably a few inaccuracies that'll be adjusted in a bit. I'll probably put the actual one in the comments. On behalf of Venny and Shadow and commentary of Raymond Stats for everybody watching at home, my name is Kim Cold Cloud. It's been Omega. Go beyond. Fare thee well.
Yeah.